The Head Extreme 2022 versus the Head Extreme 2024.
But which is better?
So we have the new Head Extreme 2024 and we want to know whether it's better than its predecessor.
So they are, in theory, very, very similar rackets. The spec on paper is exactly the same. They are the same weight, they've got the same balance, same swing weight, same string pattern. The only difference?
Well, two differences. We've got Auxetic 2.0, which is the main difference. That really changes. Well, you'll find out, won't you? And we've also got a new grommet bumper system in the new one. But apart from that, they should be very, very similar. So there is a Team L and an Elite, and then there is the MPL, the MP, which is what we have in both, and then the Pro. So we're putting the MP up against each other because it's probably the most popular, the most sort of middle of the range spec-wise.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's the 300 gram, easy to use, popular MP model. Now we've got strung them both with Head Links Tour at £50. Let's go and give it a go, shall we? See if there's anything has changed. That Auxetic 2.0, has it made a difference? That's what we're here to find out.
Let's go.
Give me a forehand.
So we have just finished playing with with the new Head Extreme, playing up against the old one. What were your first thoughts?
That was really difficult, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They are very, very similar.
They are very similar.
As expected.
Yeah,
obviously.
So I think, difficult is interesting because difficult to separate the two, but not difficult to play with. Lots and lots of fun to play with.
Yeah, I suppose we should start by very quickly saying they're both great.
Yes.
Like the Head Extreme, this was our favourite racket of 2022.
Yeah.
Which I guess maybe put the 2024 in a slightly difficult situation of, can it live up to the hype? Even our own expectations.
Yes.
We were expecting something brilliant. We love the old one. We love Auxetic 2.0. Put them together, we should be in tennis nirvana.
Expectations much like England in the recent European Championships, but this has performed much better than England.
Yes, we are filming this the morning after.
Yes.
And there's a sense of glum across the nation.
I don't know, I don't care. There you go. So yes, both fantastic rackets. There is one main difference, and that is, as expected, the Auxetic 2.0. And essentially the rackets to me play the same. The outcome is very, very similar off both rackets. They are fantastic, but this one feels very different to that one. Yeah,
and that's all it is, really, isn't it? It's just the feedback through the racket into your hands.
Yes.
The ball comes off, as inseparably.
Yes.
I could not put a piece of paper between the outcome of these two rackets.
Yeah.
But it feels like you're using something completely different.
Yes, it does.
However, not as simple as one is better than the other, though.
No, absolutely not.
The difference is in the feel. Mm-hmm. The Auxetic 2.0 is designed to create a softer, more muted feel, and that definitely comes across.
Yes.
However, not necessarily better.
No, I think it is really good. It is really going to be about your preference for how you like the ball to feel on contact, how you like the racket to feel in your hand, what sort of feedback you get. It's not to say that you can't feel anything with this, it's just a very different feeling. Let us get to our categories, and this is going to be quite an interesting one, I think.
I think interesting might be the wrong word here.
Yeah, interesting in the sense that I don't think we've had this before.
No.
So let's start off with power.
They are exactly the same.
Yes, I think so too.
Spin?
Yeah, the same.
They're exactly the same. Precision?
Control, precision?
Exactly the same.
Yeah, they're the same. Touch and feel. Now, let's be specific about what we mean. Touch and feel in terms of what you are able to do with the ball, the way you're able to sort of feather the ball around the court, or little touch volleys and things like that. What would you say?
Exactly the same, yeah.
The same. But if we're talking about the way it feels, then they are quite different.
Yes, so we have sharper, crisper, a little bit more lively.
Yeah, and definitely
in the older one, for those of you listening rather than watching.
Yeah.
This is the 2022 model. Is a little bit sharper, a bit more lively.
Yes, and I think that there is more feedback. You feel more in your hand, whether that's vibrations, whether that's the sort of where the ball's contacting and how that might affect the way it feels in your hand.
Yeah.
You feel a lot more with the 2022 version. With the 2024 version, with the extension of the auxetic into more of the frame, it is a lot softer, it is a lot more muted. It almost, not to that extent, but you get, to me, sort of shades of the Clash in terms of that really like cushioned, soft sort of feeling. Which, if I'm honest, I don't particularly like. And I like both rackets a lot. If I was going to choose, I'd be choosing the 2022 version.
Yeah, we're holding the wrong ones, aren't we?
Here we are.
Yeah, I much prefer the softer feel in the 2024 model.
Interesting.
It's almost like this one's just a bit too sharp,
raw.
For what it is. So the Extreme is a spin racket. It is extreme spin is the tagline that comes with it, and I think it's just a bit much in this older one. Like, it's really, really good, but it's just so lively. It's almost like you're out of control, and the spin is there as like a safety net.
I know what you mean.
In the newer one, because it's a bit more muted, it's like the spin's a bit more your choice. It feels like you're in control of this racket a little bit more, rather than the 2022, which is in control of you. Yeah,
so I feel almost completely differently, and that's kind of the point. They are basically not, I'm going to say exactly the same, because there's obviously been some development in not holding that one anymore. There's obviously been some development in the new one. I prefer this one because of that extra information that I feel like I'm getting.
Yeah.
So with the smaller amount of auxetic, you're getting more of that sort of traditional feel, I guess.
Yes.
And so to me, you're getting more out of it, which allows me to then sort of understand where I'm going wrong or what I'm doing right and what's working and what's not. And so that's why I prefer this one. Funnily enough, in the speed MP, it's the other way around for me.
Well, and the boom as well.
Yeah.
We preferred the new boom over the old boom.
Yes.
We preferred the new speed over the old speed.
Yeah.
So I'm just sticking with form and sticking with the new Extreme.
Yes.
Whereas something about it, you and Josh was kind of on the fence, wasn't he? With this?
So it's with the speed, I felt that extra comfort, so to speak, helped me with the speed. But in this, I prefer the fact that it feels a little bit more raw, a little bit more edgy.
Yeah, maybe. Well, and I think this is, in summation, as we like to say, this really is a purely personal preference.
Yes.
Isn't it? There is almost nothing to choose between these two rackets. You cannot do it sight unseen. I don't think you could sit at home and make this decision. You have got to put these in your hand and use them, and then you'll know.
Yes.
And then you'll know almost instantly. It's that significant. That feeling different.
It is, yeah. So as soon as we swap rackets when we're playing, you swap it, like, okay, yes, this feels different. My outcome is the same, the feeling is different. Yeah. All categories we're tied. Power, same. Spin, same. Control and precision, the same. Touch and feel, the same. So we get to our semi-controversial tiebreaker, which is the look. We've asked a lot of people, kids in our groups, adult groups, to get some market research, but
it's pretty 50-50, isn't it?
It is pretty 50-50. I am going with the 2022 model.
And I'm going with the 2024, so we've got another split.
So we split again. So we're going to throw it to the man behind the camera, Callum. The deciding factor, is it the 2022 model or is it the 2024?
Definitely 2024.
2024, there it is.
Wrong.
And there we have it. So, if you are Extreme MP user and you're looking for a new racket, give the new one a go. It looks better, it feels softer, but is essentially exactly the same racket. Lovely to play with, loads of spin, great feel. Couldn't recommend it highly enough. So, if you enjoyed our video, please like, share, subscribe and all that. I think Joe might be coming back and he's a bit disappointed.
Yep.
It's all right, you didn't make it, it's okay. It's all good.
As always, subscribe, share with your friends, follow us on Instagram too, so you never miss a thing from PH Tennis.